Si resides en Lanzarote y te gustaría trabajar para el Cabildo o ayuntamientos en información y promoción turística. Si resides en Lanzarote y te gustaría trabajar para el Cabildo o ayuntamientos en información y promoción. Si resides en Lanzarote y información y promoción.
What's up, everyone? How is everyone going? Let's see. Can you guys hear me? Let's see. What's up, everyone? Yeah, okay. So, how is the sound? Is it okay? Do you hear me? Do you hear the music? So yeah, guys, welcome to the stream. Thank you all for tuning in as always, and thank you so much for your incredible support. Thank you all for the happy birthdays over there. I have this seen in the chat. Thank you so much for your support. So yeah, today is a special day. It's my birthday, and also we are gonna hit 15k subscribers. I think we are 6 away, or are we already in 15k? I don't know. Let me check just a second. But yeah, so today we're gonna be making some cool stuff. So this will depend on what you guys want to do. Okay, we can make from continuing to from the last horror game to a new completely different game. So you guys will choose what we do today. So probably we'll do a poll or something like that. So we can go ahead and choose. We are 2 subscribers away from 15k. We are 14,998. So very, very close. So yeah, thank you everyone for your celebrations. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. So let's decide on what we are going to do today. Because we have to do something basically. Yeah. So basically we can continue on the horror game that we were basically working. Or we can go ahead and make something new, okay? So, continue with the RPG game. The thing is that for that one, I'm gonna leave it for the tutorials, so normal videos, But we can basically go ahead and get our thing going on, okay? So, guys, put in the chat things that you want to see today. What game do we make? Of course, something simple as always. Or do we continue with the horror game that we're making on last live stream? Okay. So yeah, thank you everyone for your happy birthdays. I don't know how you say in English when you say happy birthday to someone. I don't know how you say it, but thank you a lot for your words, kind words. Okay. I don't know if we're already in 15k. Oh, we are in 15k. Yeah, we are. Wait a second. We have to share this in the screen. Let me open it over here. YouTube over here. All right. Here. Okay. Here we are. 15,000. Incredible goal. As you can see, we also reached the goal from the banner, which was 15k. So now I have to change it. So probably 20k. Probably the next goal will be 20k. So let me just update it. Okay, let me go ahead and update it. So yeah, it will be something like 20k. So let me go into my panel over here in Mercury Stream Elements, and let me go ahead and update this. So dynamic banner, we can edit this, and let's go ahead and edit the milestone, and the last step will be 20,000. So 20, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and the first step was basically 15,000. Save, and it should be updated in some seconds. And yeah, it should be all good and set. So thank you all for joining in the live stream from today. It should be updated. Let me go ahead and reload the page to see, and let's just quickly see this. We are 60 people already. Thank you all for tuning in. And indeed, as you can see, it updated the panel. Now it's 220k. All right, let's get going. So what do we do? Well, let's see. Do we make a poll? As always, I think it's a tradition because I cannot organize myself. So let's go ahead and make a poll and see what we're going to do today. Okay. If the stream does crash or whatever, please let me know in the chat. Because last time it did crash a few times. So let's see. All right, so let's put a poll over here. So also I'm gonna put myself real quick the stream dashboard because I don't have it set it on. So just a second. So this the dashboard here. All right, and okay, there we go. All right, so Can we get into 70 likes, guys? Can we get into 70 likes? Let's go and put a poll over here. So what do we do today? So I've been seeing some of your suggestions. So we can continue on last horror game or make something new. So I'm seeing a lot of survival here. And I don't know if it's because Sons of the Forest just came out and you're playing it. I'm also playing it and I am loving it, okay? You know, I've been waiting for that game like years. Like since The Forest came out in 2015 or not. It was 2014, but I started playing in 2015. Man, I loved it. And now Sons of the Forest came and I'm enjoying so much. So maybe we can do a survival game. What also we can do? I don't know. We can maybe a shooter game, a normal shooter game. I will add the option. Maybe no one will vote it, but racer. Okay, arcade racer. We can make a race game, a normal race game. That would be cool. So, actually, I'm gonna put it like that. So go ahead. I think the poll is out, so you can start voting. Okay, and yeah, we start doing that. Okay, we're 60. We got 60 likes already. So crazy. So yeah, thanks a lot, guys, for your, you know, I don't know how you say in English, but when you say happy birthday to someone, you know, thank you all for the kind words, basically. Survival is winning. Okay, yeah, I basically guess so. Yes. So someone asked how I made the sub go, and there's this very good page which is Mercury Stream Elements, or Mercury Stream, yeah, Mercury Stream Elements. Which, if you know Stream Elements, is from Twitch, like live streams and stuff, which has a lot of moderation stuff. And then Mercury Stream Elements, like their new tool for YouTube streams, and they're on videos. And there's this thing called dynamic banner where you can update it with goals and stuff. So really cool stuff. And yeah. So, definitely survival game is winning right now. So, I guess survival is the winner. So, let me go ahead and end the goal and we'll start. So, do we make it as Sons of the Forest like? I guess we need to do it. So, let me start creating the pride, okay? Let me start opening the Epic Games Launcher, opening the version. So, I guess that everyone is for a Sons of the Forest like, or maybe Ark. Maybe they said, I don't know, what you guys want to see. You know, what you want to see. What's my native language? My native language is Spanish. So I'm from Spain, from the Canary Islands, basically. Okay, we reached 70 likes. Thank you guys for the support in this stream. Sons of the Forest. Everyone's for Sons of the Forest. Alright. I think we'll go for that, okay? So, let's start opening this over here. Let's go into a first person template. And I will share my screen in a second. Well, actually, I can start sharing the screen. So, should we go into... I know that it's maybe very small right now, don't worry. So, should we go into a first person template or third person, and we put the camera on the head so we can have the whole body? That's the question. Let's start putting the name. So I guess it will be survival, live survival. Yeah, NF. Okay, maximum. Third person. I'm seeing a lot of third person. Third. Okay, so we'll go for a third, and then we'll put the camera in the head, so we can have the whole body and stuff. All right, so let me start creating the pride. All right, put this here. Great. There you go. Great. So let's just wait a few seconds until this goes ahead and opens. Okay, the stream is okay, the audio is okay, I guess. Okay, so yeah, thank you a lot, guys, for the happy birthdays on the chat. And yeah, we'll go ahead and just wait a few seconds while this opens. Let's see if my computer doesn't crash today. as you know, last stream, it crashed like I think 3 times. But hopefully my computer has more power today to work. So let's see what happens over here. All right. So here we are. Let me put this over here. So let's just wait a few seconds for the shaders. Okay, so the first thing that we have to do is put the camera in the player's head. Okay, so let's go ahead and open the third person character blueprint. And like I mentioned before, I also, I didn't mention, okay, well, I have a tutorial on this too. So if you wanna like a more detailed explanation on like putting the camera on the head to get this first person experience with the whole body, I have a tutorial on that, so yeah. Are you gonna continue the next live with this survival series? Well, yeah, I mean, that depends on what you want to see in the next stream. If you want, you know, a different thing or this, so we'll see. But of course, yeah, I mean, if you wanna go for it, of course. So let's go into the viewport. I'm gonna go into the follow camera. I'm gonna put it into the mesh and delete the camera boom. So we don't need the camera boom. Basically, the camera boom is just placing the follow camera in an offset, aiming a specific target. So we don't need that. We just need the follow camera, and we need to reset the position, and we need to parent it into the head. Okay, so it'll be basically in the head, and now we have to basically start rotating it. So it'll be 90 degrees like this, and then another 90 degrees like this, and then really just start playing with the position. Okay, so we need to basically press play and just see what gets good for us. So now you will see that the camera is moving a lot. Don't worry, this is because we have some settings to touch, so we'll see. Okay, let's go ahead and go into, where was it? Use spawn control rotation. So this will basically allow if we compile the camera to move like that. But now the thing is that and you can see that now the camera doesn't move a lot. It's more controlled. But we still have this bounciness when we run and stuff, and we have the whole body. So we'll see. We'll place the camera in a better position in a second. But now you can see that the camera can turn, but the player not. Okay, this is because we are basically controlling the camera itself and not the whole player. So what we have to do is go into class defaults and search for a thing called use controller rotation yaw. Rotation yaw is basically on the z-axis, basically like left to right. So this is basically that the camera will be able to allow to control the whole rotation. And now there we go, we rotate the whole body. Now you're probably wondering why it's with an angle, but it's because, well, the idle animation like that, if I run, you can see this properly, it's because Queen is standing like this. Okay, that's the only reason. So yeah, motion sickness included. Yeah. Well, look, you can see that it gets a really cool feeling. Oh my god, if I don't get my sensibility so high. There we go. You can see that it's very subtle and it has a very cool effect. So yeah, is that true first person camera? Yeah, that's what the Unreal Engine community calls the first person camera on the third person mount. Yeah. So I think I have to do is change the default to view. So right now it's 90, but it's like very close. Let's put 100. The thing is that we are having, oh my god, I hit the mic, this very wide viewport, so probably it's that. Okay, so now we can use, yeah, that's a bit better. Now I'll put the camera a bit forward. That's much better. And then up, because the hands are in the way all the time. So let's see. Oh, much better. So yeah, now we have really cool camera movement over here, and we can see the whole body. We look down, like, it is already pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, we have all that set up. So now we continue. Thank you a lot, guys, for the happy birthdays in the chat. Muchas gracias a todos los españoles también, o hispanohablantes de Latinoamérica. And what we're going to do is go ahead and basically, what do we get started? Like, what do we first do, guys? Come on, give me some ideas. For the survival game, what do you think? What you like to see first? Like to see the inventory, the build system, the map. Of course, we're gonna do it very quick and very calm, and basically a very simple system. We're not gonna replicate the whole Sons of the Forest system. Now we will need a lot of days for that, you know, well, months, you know. But let's see. Inventory pickup. Turn the player into multiplayer. Look, multiplayer. You wanna see multiplayer? Number of players 2 as client. Look. There we go. Multiplayer working. That's the beauty of Unreal Engine. Look. There we go. Okay, let's put it back to 1. So yeah, but there's a lot of things that you have to manually turn into multiplayer to replicate, okay? It's not like magic. It's kind of like magic, but it's not 100% magic, okay? Code 3 build system inventory. You know what? Again, let's put a poll, okay? It's like a tradition. What do we do first for this survival game? So first of all, we'll have inventory, build system. I have another option. What are you saying there? Pickup, and then I saw also what was it? Cut tree cut. Okay. So poll setup. Let's see. All right. So the inventory, I guess that you're looking into more of the forest and Sons of the Forest style, where you have this physical 3D objects, right, set in a plane. I think that that's what you're looking for, right? If I'm correct. Inventory is winning by a lot. Okay. I am definitely seeing that. We are 80 people. That's so crazy, guys. That's so crazy. All right. Yeah. Inventory wins. Okay. So finish this. All right. So I think that you are going into the Sons of the Forest style. Okay, not traditional UI with a lot of studs. We are going to go and create a 3D plane. So there are a lot of ways of basically doing this. So I think that the best way is going to be to create another component, blueprint component. So let's go and create a new folder for our blueprints over here. And let's go ahead and create a new class, and this is going to be basically an actor component. So later on, we can have all this inventory system attached directly into the player. It's going to be basically easier, basically more organized. Okay. Can you put the camera to the right corner? Yes. Is it better if I put it into the right corner? Let's see. Camera. Put it here. Maybe a bit smaller too. Is it very big? That's a bit better, maybe. Okay. Actor component. BPC inventory. And let's open this up. All right. Okay. So. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we have to do here. So as you can see, we actually don't have a viewport, so that's not what we want to do. So let's go actually just directly into the third person component. So we need a viewport because we need to place our objects in a 3D space. So let's go ahead and add a plane. All right, and this is gonna be like our base of the floor. Okay. So we can basically just organize this into the inventory floor. I guess we can just go like this. Inventory floor. There we go. And then we can start positioning it in a way that the camera will go ahead and look at it. Now, there are many ways. I think, you know, Sons of the Forest does have it separately from the player's head. So they even have another camera and stuff. But I think that it will be cool to just have it appear directly in front of the player, maybe, so we can look at it. I think that's cool, honestly. Like, so yeah, I think that's cool. So let's go ahead and just place this over here, put it a bit up, and then make it a bit down over here so we can see it better. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so we can start like this. Okay, so basically we'll have different items that we can pick up. So actually the ones that we're suggesting that we start with the pickup system, well, actually it's linked with the inventory system. So basically in order to make our inventory system, we need to create the pickups. So start actually doing so. So we don't need this BPC inventory at the end, so we can delete it. So what we're going to do is basically create an actor. So it's going to be the item. And we can add, you know, pickable item at the start if we want to see. So there we go. So this is gonna be the parent. So in here we're gonna just set a static mesh and the code, and later on we can just have childs, which will just change some of the variables and the mesh and stuff. So that's only what we need. So we can just create a static mesh, and then this is gonna be the model. So then in our case, for now we can just put, for example, just a cube, okay, and then make it like 0.1, so it's very small. Okay, and then what we want to do is go and create a collision trigger, okay? So it's gonna be a sphere collision, and it's gonna be the radius, no, well, the trigger. So when the player enters in this area, we can pick it up. So it's gonna be a bit bigger, maybe 45. Basically, if the feet are inside, it will basically go ahead and work. How old are you? I'm right now 16. So what we have to do right now is basically go into the third person character, go into the event graph, and I go down here. So what we want to do is go ahead and create a new input action, input action EA, and then we can have basically this mapped in a better way. So what we have to do is put over here, well, pick up or interact, so later on we can use it, because, well, it's gonna be just the key. So we don't have to actually touch anything here. The value type will be still a boolean because it's just a true or null or false. We don't have any access or floats or whatever. It's not like a 3D movement one, so we don't need that. So we can go into the collection and we can just add a mapping, and this will be the EA interact. And now we hit over here, we can just press E, and then it will be binded over here. Now we can add triggers. For example, if instead of just pressing it one time, you want to hold it, like for example in Sons of the Forest, you have it there, you can actually go ahead and use a trigger for that. Yeah, I'm actually 16, so young and talented. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm actually 16. Yeah. So now what we can do is basically go into the third person character controller and basically use this EA interact key that we have just created. So now when it's triggered, what we can do is basically just make a for each loop. So we basically want to loop through all the items that we are currently overlapping. So get overlapping actors, and we're actually gonna get any type of actors that we want, so we can leave the class filter like that. So what we want to do is create an interface. So what we want to do is go into content, blueprints, and basically go here. Thank you all guys for your subscriptions. And then go into the blueprint section and go into a blueprint interface. Yeah, so BPI, and it's gonna be basically the interact interface. So we can add later on more things. So in our case, this will be basically pick up. And then what we can do is basically have an output. So what type of item we are gonna go ahead and receive. So for example, we can say string, and we can put this as a type of string. Sorry. The name is gonna be the item name. So we can just put item, and then the type is string. There we go. Compile and save, and now we can close this. So now in the item, we can basically go ahead and add the BPI interact interface. And now the thing is that the interface will allow us to communicate with any actor just by one single function without needing to directly cast into it. So for example, if we want to basically right now pick this item over here, the normal way of doing it will be, well, cast to BP pickable item. But the thing is that if later on we have another type of item, so I duplicate this, and this is gonna be the item 1, I will need to also make a cast to BP item 1, and then a lot of branches, and it will be a mess. So instead of doing that, what we can do is create an interface. So we can just go ahead and go here and say does implement interface, and then we can just put the BPI interface and I don't know how to type BPI interface. And now if this is true, we can basically directly just interact and call this function, which was basically pick up, and we don't have to directly cast into that item, into that blueprint. So we can later on reuse this in a much better way, honestly. And now you can see that we have the output, so we receive what item we are currently picking up. So there we go. So there you go. Yeah. How do you learn all that? Well, basically, I started up in 2015, just making some simple games on Unreal Engine 4, and I was very young at that time. I mean, like 9. So I was with 9 years old, touching Unreal Engine 4, which was kind of crazy. But I basically just had this intrigue by creating games. And I basically just started following some tutorials and stuff and making some things. It was very complicated for me, so I switched to Unity later on, and then went with a professor on C# and Unity for some years, and then later on I got back into UE4, and then UE5, and then through the years, that has been like 7 years already. So with time and effort is basically that. Okay, so yeah. Can you make a crafting system? Yeah, I guess when the inventory system basically will contain the crafting system. Okay, basically. So that's basically okay. Yeah, I'm recording live. Yeah, basically the live will be basically available to see after the stream. So you will be able to see it. Okay. All right, it will not go. Okay, so now if we get our item over here, which is extremely small. What is this? That's like we need to make it like 0.2. Compile 0.3. I mean, it's just a placeholder right now, but there we go. Okay, so this is our item over here. So what we can do is now go into the item itself and apply some logic in the interface. So when from here we call this item will receive the function. So it will need to do some stuff here. So we will create a variable called here basically item, and this will be the string. So basically what item, and this will be basically exposed, so we can edit it later, and then here we will be basically passing on that item that we're getting. Okay, so we can do is also print the item that we're getting, but actually we'll do that later on, okay, in the third person here. So we can just say print the item that we have got. Okay, and now here in the end of this code, what we can do is basically just destroy the mesh. Right now we would not need to do anything here, so let's go here and create custom event. It's gonna be delete, and then this will basically just make a small delay until next tick, and then destroy the actor. Okay, and down here we can just call this delete. Sorry, the thing is that if we destroy the actor directly here without a delay, we will not get the return node because it's deleting the blueprint before we get it here. So now if I press play, let me just go ahead and get the inventory floor and just make it invisible. So let me just get visible out. I go here and I am very close into it, and I press E. You can see that it went. Great, so everything is working. Now it did not print anything because I need to go over here and basically apply the item here, as you can see. So I'm gonna put a default value of just item name, so it's like not completely empty. So now here I can change this to be, for example, wood, and I can just press play, go here, press E, and now it prints wood. It was very quick, but basically I was printing wood over here. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah. How to add animation to pick up system? Yeah, so basically, right now I don't have any animations for picking up. We can try in a second, okay? Basically, then we just play it here. So once you have detected an item, what you can do is do all this, and then at the end, just play an animation montage of that picking up animation. So it's very simple actually. So if you want, later on we can try to make a quick one over here. So happy birthday, my dear Gorka, my young teacher. I am 43 years old here. What's up, Michael? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I appreciate your work. And good luck on your game dev journey. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. There's no age to get into game dev, as you can see. Like here in the chat, we are from very young ages to very old ages, so it doesn't really matter. Game dev is for everyone over here. Feliz cumpleaños, muchas gracias, Toshi. Muchas gracias. Happy birthday. Also, are you currently making a game in UE5? Basically, right now I have my game in early access on Steam, which is actually a survival game. It's called Bromeliad, and basically it's made in Unity, because basically I started up some years ago, maybe 4 years ago, and yeah, I'm basically still updating it and stuff, but definitely my next game will be in UE5. Alright, so yeah. El español, sí, soy español de Canarias. And all that basically. So let's get continuing this thing over here. So let's get a trigger and basically increase this to be maybe 60. And so now it'll be basically, we're already 90 people in the chat, guys. That's so crazy. Can we get to 120 likes? So there you go, we can now pick items. Cool. So now what we have to do is basically add them into our inventory floor over here. So basically we're gonna go ahead and make the function of basically opening and closing the inventory. So let's go into the event graph, and what we're going to do is create a new key over here. So let's go into input, actions, right click, go into input here, and EA inventory. And this will be basically as open and closing. So we don't have to touch anything here. We can just go directly into the collection, add it here, inventory, and then this will be basically I. Okay, and then we can close this, go into here, and this will be the big up. Yeah, so one of you guys, basically some of my videos, commented that basically I can create a preset for the comment color, and that will be so cool. So let me see how I do that. So drag and drop colors to save here. Okay, I see. New theme, new. No, wait. Delete. How? Wait, what? New theme? Rename. Dark. Then delete this one. Yes, delete. Okay. Is that how I do it? Oh, there we go. Oh, and now go here. There we go. You were right, guys. That's why I have my people over here, so they can give me these tips that I didn't know. I mean, I suppose that was presets, but I never stopped, to check. But yeah, cool. So, we now need to go ahead and put the inventory, EA underscore inventory. If I know how to type, put it over here. And now what we have to do is basically just make a boolean saying inventory opened. So if we don't have our inventory opened, we will basically go ahead and open it. So let's go put this on triggered, get the inventory floor, and set visibility to be true. And then propagate to children, because the items will be children of this. So actually we can change the name to just be inventory, but later on, just in case. And then in false, you will do the opposite. We'll go ahead and disable it, and again propagate to children enable, so we'll disable all the items itself. So now I can this is basically by default, so this has to be disabled by default, and then actually this is going to be on started, because on triggered it may trigger twice. So now you can see that I can open it but not close it. So okay, so if it's not opened, we open it. Oh yeah, sorry, because I haven't set this to be basically true. So we have to set the inventory open to be true, and on here false. Typical game dev mistake. And now I can open and close, as you can see. Great. So now we have to get this, and we have to add it into our inventory over here. So there are many ways of doing this over here, and again, like everything, thank you guys all for the happy birthday in the chat. I really appreciate you. So we can just say inventory open close inventory, and we can just put this over here. So we can now change the color to be the preset. That's so fast. That's so cool. That's really cool, actually. All right. I use completed instead of trigger. Yeah, completed will be basically when you stop holding. So if now I hold Y, it will not, or I, it will not appear, but when I stop pressing, it will appear. And then started is the opposite, is as soon as you start pressing the key. So I do prefer when you just start pressing the key. Alright, so how do we add this item that we have just picked into our inventory? What we have to do is, like in Sons of the Forest and in the forest, is basically that they have like category groups. So the inventory is hand placed. It's not like added into a 3D grid or whatever. Basically they have placed their items in there, and then later on what you do is basically just turn the game objects on or off, depending on if you have the item or not. So we will need to basically start placing items here. So let's basically kind of go for Sons of the Forest. So let's say that this over here will be basically a wooden stick. So let's say just actually just stick. I think that they just call it stick. Let's get a model from Sketchfab. So let's go into Sketchfab and let's get a wooden stick model. Let's go into Explore, stick, wooden stick. This one will work. Oh, okay, so that's not free. I think this one is okay. Yeah, this one is okay. All right, so let me go ahead and unload this one real quick. So let's get this over here. That's why I need to put the account. That's why unload. It's gonna be the FBX, and I'll have to extract it and drag it in. Okay. Waiting for the download. Hopefully, like I mentioned before, you know, my computer will not crash today. Last time it crashed 3 times. For now, everything is okay. So hopefully it won't crash, okay? So let me just download the wooden stick model over here, and we can import it and replace it with our item. And then we can start designing the inventory and putting the wooden sticks over here, and this over here, and that over there, okay? Now there are 2 ways that I have noticed that the Forest and Sons of the Forest does. It's basically, for example, sticks, they have individually different sticks. So if you have only 1 stick, you only have 1 model, but if you have 5, you will have 5 of them. But for example, with the tents, or it was another thing, sometimes there's only 1 model itself, and then when you hover it says 5. So we'll see what we do. Alright, so let me quickly extract this over here. I know that I'm not sharing the screen, but source, what is the, come on, I need to extract it twice. Doesn't make sense. Okay, here it is. Let me create a new folder. I will show the screen in a second. So stick. Alright, there we go. Import all. Thank you so much. So today I am 16. Let's close this over here, and so this is let's create a new folder for textures, so we have everything more organized, including the material. Drag it, no, copy it here, no man. Delete this, move it. I always make the same mistake. I just go very fast. Is move it here. Okay. You imagine it crashes right now? Thank you. Can you say my name? Yes. Gamer GG. Thank you. So yes, this will be just wooden stick underscore stick. It's really annoying that you cannot put spaces, but it's just how the files work. So we can now select it, go into the item, and what we have to do is, because like I mentioned before, this is basically the parent. So this is where all the code will go. But now what we can do is just right click over here and create a child. So this will be the BP pickable item underscore stick. And now here's where we only change the model to be the wooden stick. And then this has to be way bigger, kind of like this. And that's it. Well. And then the variable we have to change it. So we can go into class defaults and put this thing guys for all you subscriptions, and put in here stick and compile and save. And now in pickable item, sorry, not here, we can delete this one and now drag this stick, and there we go, it will be over there. So now you can go and, why is my inventory open, and we can now pick it up. So now we have the model, so we have to add over here. So like I mentioned before, we have to start adding the objects. So this is gonna be basically stick. So to make things easier, what we're going to do is do like the second example that I said, which is basically to only have one model, and then when you hover over it, you will see the amount of that items that you have. So it's a bit more cleaner, because if not, we're gonna be all day making individual models, and no. So stick, stick, reset it over here. We can just have it like laying down like this. Let me put the snapping into 5, and the sticks, we're just gonna have it in this corner over here. Okay, so yeah, so for the new guys that you're coming into the stream, we're making a survival game. Of course, some of the features of a survival game just in the stream, and we're relying on Sons of the Forest. Okay, so I mean, it just came out, so everything is excited about it. So we're just making the kind of the inventory system from it, and put this into 5 degrees so it's a bit better. I can just put it, yeah, maybe the snapping not so great in this area here, but hey, yeah, let me just take it off. Okay, kind of like this is cool. So we'll have the sticks over there. So the thing is that we don't have to see it. So instead of visibility, this time it's only gonna be hidden in game. Actually, no, it has to be visibility. No, actually, no, sorry, it has to be hidden in game. So hidden in game, so we still can't see it in the viewport, but then in game not, which is just gonna be basically just better. And also just to make sure that I can just have my inventory always opened, and then when I press play, it's not by default opened. What I can do is just set it to be false on the start of the game, on the begin play, so it's a bit easier for me. There you go. So now even though it's open, I don't see it. Anyway, so now I open it and you still don't see the stick over there. So we'll change that parameter depending if we have it open or not, okay? So what's up, Dollar? Yeah, so I was explaining that we are making a survival game, and we are relying on Sons of the Forest. Happy birthday, thank you so much, guys, for your kind words. Yeah. Are you gonna make so that you chop the tree and then pick up the stick? Yes, so that will coming in the future. Let's see if we can manage to do it today. I mean, these sticks are meant to be like in the ground when you pick it up, so this exactly not. But if you mean about logs, yeah, if we continue in the next live stream, we'll basically have it that you can chop down trees. Now maybe we can have it today. Maybe we finish up the quick essentials of the inventory system and skip crafting and then building system. We can just go into chopping down trees if that's what you guys want. We will do another poll and we'll see when we have finished a bit the main features of the inventory system. Now, of course, I am simplifying a lot. If you want to make the inventory system from Sons of the Forest, it will take a long time. Okay, so this is just the main features. Anyway, so now we have to basically enable or disable the hidden in game value depending if you actually have it. So what we got to do over here is that we are seeing that here when we get the item, we receive the parameter. So basically when you pick it up from the interface, it gives you what item we're picking up. Okay, so to make things simple, I can just, for example, make it that, look, if it's equal to stick, and this is just temporarily so I can show you, but will not make an equals to stick. No. If it's equals to stick, what we'll do is go and get the stick and then set hidden in game to be false. And if that will not do anything. So now as you can see, if I open my inventory, there's nothing there. But if I go and pick up the stick, I open my inventory, and now we have the stick over there. So we have things working, I guess, in a very simplified way, but some basic stuff is going on. Okay, so great. Okay, so let's go ahead and just make a few more items so we can have more examples. So let's duplicate the stick over here. Let's make that this will be stone. Guess a stone. Let's open the full editor. This the parent. Even though I duplicated instead of right clicking and saying create child, because I duplicated a child, it's already the parent is basically already the item. So everything's okay. So we now have to get again another asset. So let's go ahead and find the stone or the rock over here. Loadable stone. Loadable. I think this one is okay. Actually, I think there's a rock in Unreal Engine. not a little stone, but we can resize it. So yeah, we don't have a stone, but we have a rock. I mean, look, if we make it small, yeah, if we make it small, it does the job. Okay, so let me use that rock over there. So let's open the stone. Let's go into the viewport model, and this will be the rock. Now, I'm gonna make things way smaller. So 0.15, maybe 0.1. Yeah, 0.1 is perfect. And now we can go into class defaults and change this to be a stone. Great. And how you would do is go here and make a branch. Okay, so is it equal to stone? Now this is not the right way of doing this. If not, you will have like 20 branches, and that's not what you want. So I will show you the proper way in a second, but I'm just kind of explaining how the system will basically go ahead and will. So we can now just get this duplicated, put it into here. So let's say that the stones will be in this side. And now we can get the rock. And what was it, 0.1? And just put it there. Maybe in the inventory it has to be a bit smaller. 0.07. Yeah, it's better. And that will be the rocks. So now we can go into the vein graph and we can change the name into be stone. And we can get a stone. And set hidden again to be true. So now I don't have anything. But let me get the rock on here. Now sometimes you will see that it unloads the objects in the scene. This is basically things of word partition that are a bit broken. So you just have to reopen the level. I don't know why that happens, but it just happens, okay? So whatever. Anyway, let me just get this, and now I have the stick but not the rock because I didn't yeah. Wait. Stone, yeah, stone, new hitting. Sorry, new hitting should be disabled. So now if I open the inventory, you don't see anything. But if I get the stick, we have the stick, and then if I get the stone, we have the stone and the stick. Cool. So, why don't you use megascan assets? The thing is that if I'm gonna import megascan assets, it doesn't really make sense because I will like take hours to unlock. Like, you don't know how my quixel bridge goes. It goes like at 2 FPS. It's like a PowerPoint presentation. Like, you don't want to open quixel bridge right now. And also, I don't think that we need the fidelity of that quixel megascans have for this simple live stream. You know what I mean? Also, when you add, when you click the stick in the inventory to equip it in your hand. Yes, that's the intention. So we'll do that. You can go ahead and select the item, and you will equip it in your hand. Yes, that's the idea. Okay, so that's basically. Thank you, Apollo. So yeah, we'll basically continue on that stuff. I think that a cool next game in UE5 should be a GTA style game. That would be cool. You mean on a live stream, like making a GTA style game? That's cool, very hard, but we have amazing tools, so we can get some of the features going. But yeah. Anyway, let's get going. So another thing I'm going to do is make that you can get your mouse over, because when you open the inventory, you want to be able to select the things with your mouse, and right now you can't. So let's go into the open close inventory section, and let's just make some space here. Now of course we will change this system, this last part over here, and this will be basically powered with a switch on enumerator, and we'll have a little different items, but yeah. Or a loop, which will loop through actually we'll do that properly. So basically when you get an item, it will basically loop through all the childs of this inventory, which I will actually change already, so it's not going to be the floors, directly it's going to be the inventory, and if the name matches, it will enable it, and then we'll make sure to make another branch right before we enable it if it's already enabled, and if so, we just need to increment the number. I might, have to just say a lot of things over here that doesn't make sense, but when we actually start doing it, it will make sense. Okay. What made you come back to Unreal Engine after using Unity? Well, really, it was honestly just wanting to get back and change a bit. Like so many years in Unity, I wanted to change back into Unreal Engine and give it another try. And then also with the new Unreal Engine 5 features, like come on, like it was very attractive. And then once I started, testing it for like maybe a day, I was like amazed. Like literally, I was so amazed that I just stayed longer until months and months. So that's pretty much the reason. Okay. Anyway, let's do the thing of that. So let's get the player controller. I say set mouse cursor, set show mouse cursor. So we basically have to show it. So this will be basically true, and in here it will be false. Actually, we can reuse the same player controller. And then another thing that we are going to do is go ahead and set the cursor mode. No, it's not what we want. Set mode. Set input mode to game and UI, and then double click in here to make a bit more organized, and then lock. Okay, that's okay. And then here set input mode to game only, and there we go. And now okay, there we go, and nice and clean. Look how it is. I really recommend that we click and add this rewrote notes, because it is very, 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 very good. Happy birthday, thank you, happy birthday, thank you. Thank you to everyone who's saying happy birthday in the chat. I cannot individually, mention you guys always, because I have to do a lot of things on here. But yeah, thank you a lot. So can you say the stream? Yeah, the stream will be basically available after it has finished, so it will be always available as a video. Okay, so can we get to 150 likes, guys? Come on, we can get to 150 likes, right? Come on, let's have this goal. Let's continue. So what we're doing, yes. So now if I press play, I can press open inventory, and you will see that I can move my mouse, and then if I don't click anything, I cannot move my camera directly, only if I hold, which is pretty good for now. So let's go ahead and continue. Oh my god, I jumped really high, already 142 likes, and we were like 100 and something when I said it. Like, that's so crazy. Okay, so we basically now kind of need to be able to hover over the inventory when you, the items when you pick them up, and then be able to see the amount that you have and stuff. But first, let's say what I said before, and it's basically clean this. So what we'll do is make a for each loop, and what we'll do is basically get all of the children components. Get children components. There we go. So we'll get all of the children that the inventory have. So all the items, okay? Which these are just the ones that you don't have also right now. So basically just the ones, basically all the models. And let me just get this off, and just put it to the right over here because we're not gonna use it. So we'll basically look through all the items, and if the name matches, so let me get this and then say get name, display name, and if it matches, well, we will go ahead and let me just double click to reroute this so it's a bit cleaner. So I do really recommend double clicking and then this reroute nodes because it just makes your code so clean. Alright, let's make a branch over here. So if it does and it matches, so it is true, we will go ahead and basically get this array item and then set hidden in game to be false. And again, we will add this reroute so it doesn't go through the nodes, because it does really annoy me when it goes through the nodes. Sometimes for tutorials I just leave it, because if not, it will be like 20 minutes just rerouting. But for projects or things, I do always try to do this. So yeah. Okay, so now it should work. So I don't have anything, but I go to the stick and it doesn't work. Great. So okay, so we're getting this. We're getting all the inventory. Is this how you say it? So get children, child component, no, children components. Get the number of children components. Get children. It's the same. Elements. Do you guys know what is the exact node of just getting the children? Maybe we can use this over here. And instead of a for each loop, we can just make a for loop. Or what we can do is just get this and just print it. So just to test, I would just print all this. Oh, I see. So the name is totally different. Do you see the name? It was like it is third person characters C0 stone. So maybe it's get object name. So maybe object name will work. Let's see if this is the name. Hopefully this. Yes. So now I should be able to use this one. So object name instead of display name. And yeah, this is the node to get all this guys. So now it should work. If I go here, I don't have anything, but I get this stone. I don't have anything. Great. Okay. Oh, I didn't plug it in. Maybe that's the problem. Let's try that once again. Yes, I got this, and then I get a stone. I get a stone. So you can see the difference here. We only have now this, and before we had all this mess. And then if we added more items, we had to slowly have a chain, and it will be crazy. This is how noobs make games, you know. And we are not a noob; we are experts. So we need to make this really cool system over here. Great. So things are working. Things are working. And things are working. Yeah, it was the blueprint name. Yeah. So display name, since that it just gets the blueprint name, and the object name actually gets the component name. So that's good. Yeah, I saw the loop wasn't connected, so that's crazy. That's what it is. But yeah. Okay, so I guess now we can go ahead and just continue this. Oh my god. Thank you so much, Dragon. Thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate your support. Happy birthday. Thanks for your tutorials. I thank you. I thank you, my king. Dragon, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Alright, so let's go ahead and just continue that. So now what we have to do is basically make sure that if we get the item more than one time, we will go ahead and display it in a variable. Because right now, what we have to do, because right now if we just open the inventory, we don't have anything, but I get a stick, it's there. I get a rock, it's there. But now if I were to get another rock, it will not do anything because it's just updating to the same result. We don't have 2 rocks. Now we can make the thing that we can have multiple models, but that will be crazy. I don't want to have 5 rocks, 5 stones, different models. No. So what we're going to do is basically that when you hover on top of it, you see the amount, the quantity that you have. Okay, so let's go ahead and check that over there. So what we have to do is basically make a line trace to display the UI. So actually now let's start better by the variable. Okay, so we are going to have a map. Yes, do we have a map? Yes, I think we're gonna make a map. So basically a map is like an array. So an array is basically a list of items, and a map is basically a list of items, but there's 2 parameters. We have the name and the number of it. So it's like a 2-dimensional array. So we can probably use that because we have now to track all of the items in variables, because now we cannot just use the models itself, because now if we get more items, well, we need to display it somewhere. So so what we're going to do is basically already before setting the visibility to be true, we are going to get this specific item, and get is hidden in game. Get hidden in game. So if this item is not hidden, we will basically if this item is not hidden, yeah, we will show it. So it will be what we have until now. So it's not there. Get this. No, the other way around. So if it, oh yeah, sorry, because I was thinking on visibility. So if it's hidden, now we see it. Okay, but if it's false, it means that we already have it in the inventory. We already have 1. So we'll have to increment by 1. So we can basically just print this over here. So let's print hello. So now if I press play, I can get 1 rock and nothing. So see, go ahead and just watch over here in the left corner. So now if I get another rock, now it prints hello because I already had that rock. Okay, so everything makes sense. Also guys, how's the audio? Is it okay? Yeah, I think the audio is okay. Okay, tell me if there's any lag, delay, any crash, but that. Okay. Omar, you have to go. Well, thank you for tuning in. Probably we'll see you in the next live stream. So yeah, bye bye. Audio is AAA. Quality is AAA. Glad to hear that. If we are AAA, that's good. Okay, so let's continue. So what we have to do is basically let's just create a map. Okay, so let's go ahead and just call this the inventory. And we already have a variable which is inventory, so inventory map. Okay, so this will be type string, so this will be the main parameter, and then we can convert this to be a map. Okay, and now you can see that we can add different things over here. So the first variable will be string and then integer, basically the item name and then the quantity. So for example, I can add an example over here which will be stick, and then I can have 2 sticks. So this is what we want. So in here what we want to do is basically let's start with basically getting the item the first time. So we don't have anything in inventory. We basically enable this model over here, and now what we want to do is get our map, and then basically add a new item. In our case, it will be this specific item. So let's continue here and plug it in. Double click, add a reroute, so everything is nice and clean. It will be with that name, and then the quantity will always be 1. All right. So now, how can we test this? Well, it will just work. It will just work. Okay. Yeah, we have reached 150 likes. Great. Thank you guys for the happy birthday in the chat. Yeah, that's incredible. So yeah, right now we are basically adding this item over here. So now what we have to do over here is well, instead of, yeah, so this time we have to do the same. So yeah, actually we have to plug it in. Okay, so this time the only thing that we will skip is basically setting it I cannot speak. Basically showing the mode on it here, because we already showing it, so we can skip this node over here, but we still have to add one more item, but we can just pass the string over here. So to test this, what we can do is get the inventory and we can print it. Now we cannot print it directly, we need to make a for loop. No wait, actually we cannot do that. Oh sorry, we need to get, wait, how was default set map find. The thing is that sometimes I don't use it a lot. Length, we can use the length. Find. Let's get the length, and let's do a for loop. Okay, now yes. So we'll go and loop through all the items in the inventory, and for each one we'll is the last index. Why does Unreal Engine go so slow sometimes? Are you recreating Sons of the Forest inventory system? Yes, Leto, that's what I'm doing. I mean, of course, a extremely simplified way, but yeah. If you want, I can make a full tutorial on it very soon, and like convert this live stream into a nice, clean and sharp, easy to follow tutorial. So it'll be the last one, and we get this one. This will be get copy contains. No, how do you get one? It was find, right? This one. No. Oh, because it's with the of course it's with the string. Man, how do we run through all this? Wait, utilities, map, values, remove. Outputs an array or the here. Okay, what we wanted, and this is a array of integers. Do we want that? Do we want an array of integers? Yes, find. Is it find? So it is this one, and I guess so, but this to find a specific one. You had it right, so before. Wait. When I had the loop, you mean? This one. Over here. The thing is, I haven't used the maps in a very long time. So we are basically looping through all of it. We need to find. Okay, but this has an input of a string. Let's just print this. Get the name now. So I can just get the. Do you mean the name from here? Values. Man, this coughing. Gonna sick. Hidden voice. I'm so stupid. That's right. This name. And now we can print this. Okay, so. And then we can just print this. Okay, but we won't contain any 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Wait. Because the thing is that the map is so confusing because we have two values. But we need to print the string append. I'll do an append. Okay, so this will be the quantity and then the name here. Okay. So we have 1 stick. Why does it appear twice? You know what? I think it's because I have it in here. Because in trigger, sometimes when I hold it, it does multiple times. No, okay, it wasn't that. Anyway, stick, stick, stone, stone. No, still have the number 2 there. My God, what did we do here? This is a mess. This is a mess over here. We have to get the item quantity and do an increment of it. Yes, but the thing is that we already have done that. We already have, right after we have picked up the item, we are adding into the inventory map the you're setting. Oh, okay, so I am overriding. Okay, I know what is happening here. Okay, so I thought that the map worked in a different way. I thought that you could basically just use the same string and it will automatically detect it and add it. Okay, so we have to do this mess. Okay, well, that's okay. So in our case, we will need to go through here. Okay, so we cannot go through there. We need to go through here. Okay, that will make things more complicated, but it's okay. So let's get all this. Let's get this. Move it down. Put the print over here. This routing is very ugly, but it works. So if we don't have the mesh, we will go through all the loops over here, and we'll basically need to add it. So we need to find this one over here, and then how do I override it? What's up, Go? Thanks for the videos. Greetings from Maximo. Greetings. Get defined and enter. Okay, so I am finding this. So we have to basically get this value and increment by 1. And then I need to get this inventory map. And set this string over here with this +1. So now it will override it with the added value, right? Yeah, this is extremely confusing, but let's see. Okay, so this. Okay. Oh, but now I don't have the print to check it out. We need to print the whole thing. So print. Let's do the append again. Append the name. And then this will be the quantity. Right? Is that how it will be? That did okay. Stone 453. Oh, what is happening? There is a note that yeah, I know. I am stupid. ++. It was automatically just increase it by 1. Okay. There we go. That will be the new value over there. And we will need to add it here. Okay. Good. Now the thing is that okay, so also why does it do like oh, because this is the for each loop and we are picking 2 items at the same time? I don't think so, right? There you go. Pick the stone, pick this, and then this stone 4, 3, and 2. Because we are oh, find does the loop itself. Really? Okay. Actually, yes. That's the problem. So if I connect this directly, it should work. In theory. So I get this. Nothing appears. But now, stone 2. There we go. So we have 2 of stone. Great. Thank you, Hidden Worlds, for that tip. And thank you everyone who has been putting things on the chat. Happy birthday. Thank you, Bill. Thank you. Okay, let's wait. So they cannot delete this. Okay. So now we are having this inventory system that will update, and we will basically have each individual item with its quantity as a value. Okay, great. So now every time that we pick an existing one that we already have a model visible, it will basically add it in the value. Let's do some rerouting over here because this is a mess. So like this. Well, maybe from here we can get this one here like this, and like this. My goodness, this like this. Okay, and double click here. Okay, a bit better. It's still very ugly, but look, it does the work. It does the work. Now we can go ahead and put this here. Great. So the print is only just to see if it was working, but we can go ahead and just leave it over there. Okay, so there we go. Great. Thank you, Beast. Happy birthday. I got to go to work, but good luck, man, and happy birthday again. Thank you, Hidden Words. Thank you so much. You're the best every year, and you are fine and happy. That's right, Amran. That's right. I am the best. I am the happiest man alive. What else I want? Okay, so is there any chance you can go over how to make a tower walk run? So if you hold shift, you can basically run. Yeah, look, I will make it in a second. So let's go ahead and just create a new input. Okay, so only for you, John. So we can create a new action. Go into input action EA underscore sprint. So now we need to add it into the collection. Okay, so don't worry about this input thing. This is just how it should be done, but it doesn't matter. So we're just creating a new input. Okay, so now we can just use this EA sprint over here. Okay, and what we can do is just get the movement component, and while it is when it started, we can basically set the max walk speed. So while we are holding the shift button, we will increase it. So right now it is at 500. Okay, so we'll say 700. So when we are running at 700. But then at uncompleted, if we can delete this and reuse this one, at completed, basically when you stop holding the key, it'll go back to 500, and this will be basically sprint. And we select here. There you go. Now you will see that I'm walking, but when I hold shift, I'm going faster. Then I stop holding shift, and sorry, I put it in cancelled. Sorry, completed. Now here, hold, I'm running, and then stop holding, I'm back. So basically, when the key starts pressing, we'll set it to 700, and then when we stop pressing, it will go back to 500. And that's it, John. That's all we had to do. So can you do a tutorial on how to add the ALS locomotion to system price? Yeah, absolutely. You mean like migrating and stuff? Yeah, I can make that. It's not very complicated, actually. Happy birthday, I'm learning a lot of you. Thank you, Yescope. Thank you so much. Have you published any games? Yeah, I have published a game on Steam. It is actually also a survival game, but it's made on Unity. Right now it's in early access, so it's called Brumalette. Why are you hustling when it's your birthday? Well, you know, that's the thing that I cannot control. I am always doing things. I cannot stop doing things. I don't know, my routine goes like, I don't know, and also these things that I like to do. So there we go. Can you make it dodge in action? Yes. Don't worry, but in the RPG we will cover that. Okay, so don't worry about that. Okay, so now we can pick items and they're added into the inventory. Cool. So now what we have to do is basically when we hover, we need to see the UI. So let's start basically going ahead and create the UI. Okay, so I've also been streaming for 1.5 hours. That's pretty good. We have done a lot of things in 1 hour and a half. That's pretty good. Okay. So let's go into here, new folder, UI, and user interface with your blueprint, and let's create this. Gonna be basically item properties, data, yeah, info, item info. So we will also get the name of the item and stuff, not only quantity. Okay, great. So let's get a canvas panel to have this a bit more organized, and we can place stuff. And we have basically a text over here, 00.5.5, and then here we'll have basically the item name. Well, I just put item. We also center this, and now this will be the variable name called item name. Oh, I'm in caps. Item name txt. Duplicate this. This will be the item quantity amount. Let's do amount txt, and then this will be, for example, 5 or whatever. Let's go ahead and put this back into the center, and then in the Y we'll put it a bit down over here, around here. And then this, I'm gonna make the font smaller. So this one, it is what, 24. Let's make this one 20, and then let's make it a bit darker, so it's like, you know, the name is like the main text, and then the other thing is like the other side, quantity, you know. All right, and now what we can do is go into the third person here, go here, and now this could also be individual actors, and maybe we should do it, but it doesn't matter. But for now, let's just continue like that. So we can just add a widget, and this will be the widget for this. So we can just change the class to be the item info, and then you will see over here. So we have to rescale this over here in a way that when you hover it, you will see it. So this is for the stick. So let's just get this 180 degrees, put it right over here, but it has to be looking at the camera. Now we can make a system that it will be automatically looking at the camera, but I think that we can just do it like this. Now maybe we need to put the text on another color or add another outline, because not, we might not see anything. Also, we're gonna change this to be the stick widget, so later on we don't confuse with the names. But also, if I get a stick, just to preview how it will look, you can see already the text. Let's change the color. Actually, let's add an outline. So let's go into the brush. Sorry, not brush. Where was it? Margin, shadow, offset, color, opacity. Oh, do we have to create a shader? No, I think there was an option, right? To create an outline. Yeah, the brush wasn't. There wasn't an outline. I think there was an outline, right? It's a bit weird. Whatever. Happy birthday! Thank you, Patrick. Hope that you will explain the system for saving mobile games in upcoming videos. Yeah, you mean about like I should make more tutorials about mobile games. Actually, I think that there's not a lot of content in mobile games in Unreal Engine, but we'll see. Happy birthday! Thank you, to Jericho. Happy birthday! I appreciate your work tremendously, but don't forget to rest and celebrate yourself. Yes, Christopher. Don't worry about that. Thank you so much. This is something that I cannot control, but I love game development. I love this thing. So for me, this is my birthday, you know. But don't worry. Also, I celebrated the whole day. This is like my evening for me already. So there we go. So we go. Really love your content. New TV and happy birthday. Thank you so much, girls. Is there a way to make those texts all 3D instead of 2D? Do you mean 3D like them having like a, how do we say, a depth, Or do you mean in 3D like in here? Like the text is actually 3D. Like what do you mean with that? So I skin mesh in Maya and give control rig in Unreal. Can you please make it? Yes. I mean basically a video on control rig, or in general animation or skeleton meshes. There's an outline settings. Let's see. I don't see it right. There we go. Thank you. So let's put it like 2. Yeah, thank you, Golaltas, for that. So now, there we go. We can see it. So now you can see that we have the item and 5 update. So what we have to do is basically update this. So every time that you get an item, you will get the widget that it has and basically update it. So what we can do is get this, because this is already the child. So this is the item. So for example, this will be the stick. So we can get the child component, which will be the stick widget. Oh, that's cool. It's already detecting that's the stick widget. And then we need to cast. Well, actually, I don't know. We can already set the text. No, we need to. No, we need to cast. Okay, so we need to cast to the info. Where I cannot cast. Oh, we need to get widget. Sorry, we need to get widget. We cannot get the widget. Wait. All right. Cast to info. Okay, so this is an update wildcard. Oh no, this is not info. Sorry. Cast to. That will be item info. Okay, now I can. I don't know why it didn't appear, but whatever. Anyway, so now every time we have to update it. So on here, it would basically update things. So we have to basically get the item name. Get txt, get item. Why is it not appearing? Oh, sorry. We have to basically select this ones and basically set it as is variable. If not, they will not appear. So now we can get the name text and go ahead and set this to be set text. This one over here, and now we can put in the text. So in our case, it will be this over here. And the thing is that the cool thing is that because the first time we have this branch over here is only 1, so we can just, for example, put this value as 1. So we don't have to go ahead and change the UI for that. But then in the next time, we need to cast again, but we only have to change the get the amount or quantity. What did I say? Oh, here, get amount text. Basically they swap, because I mean, look, this value was B here. Basically because, let me just put this here. Basically because in this one we only have to get the text, because we only have 1, so we can leave this default 1 and we don't have to change it. And the second one, we already have that specific item on it, so we don't have to apply that text. We can just update the quantity. So this has to be plugged in here. I'm starting to make a mess, okay, with the notes. I was starting very clean, and slowly I made a mess, but yeah. Okay, here was the problem, why it didn't appear. Seems so confusing. Yeah, I am very confused as well, like what is happening here. So because we cannot cast to the child component. Is there any other way of getting the children? I mean, that's really how we get it. Child elements. We should be able to get the child, right? we just get a child, and then we should be able to, for example, get the widget, but also it doesn't appear. Scene component. It does not inherit from scene component, so we cannot cast directly into it. How do we do that, man? How do we do it? Can you make a weapon attachment chain tutorial? Yeah, do you mean like when you have it like equipped like in the back and like you don't have it directly in your hand? I can make that. Well, we'll cover it in the RPG series very soon. Yeah. Happy birthday, my guy. Thank you, Noah. Thank you so much. So yeah. So let's see. Okay, so right now we are stuck at this point where we cannot directly get the widget. So it will always fail. Okay, right now it will not update the item, well, the widget itself, because basically it does not inherit. So do you guys have any ideas right now without searching Google? Because well, let's search in Google. That's a bit of Google. So UE4, always guys, a tip is to search things on Unreal Engine 4 because there's more material in UE4 than UE5. And really, anything that's in UE5 of blueprints will work in UE4. Like, they're the same. Only it's like lumen, nanite, and rendering. All the things about blueprints, I suggest searching UE4. Maybe UE5, but you know, just a tip. So let's see. So basically, just cast to a widget from child. Cast this. So this is what's happening here. The child at index. Wait, is this C++? What is happening here? Cast to widget component. I think this is what we want, right?
So I wanted to show some other examples of an enclosed I have.
Okay, so he's explaining. Okay, so he's getting all of the actors in the scene and then finding the one that is motion controller, and now is casting into the widget. So get user widget. Oh my goodness. Yes, but that is a crazy way. Like, so I know how to get user widget. I know how to get widget because they're not compatible. Does actor cast the same NX? What do you mean with NX? Yes, killer. So I can use get all actors of class. But the thing is that I would then need to check for the name individually. Like, no, I need to get the child of this objects over here, which will be in here, and then just cast into the widget. But the thing is that so for the inventory, the thing is that it gives us this warning that it does not inherit from scene components. So basically you're gonna get directly the child, but I cannot like do anything. So it's all very weird. Don't know what is happening. Happy birthday, thank you Hassan. Thank you Hidru. Thank you Hassan. Thank you Titus. Can we use an interface? An interface. Oh, an interface. Yes and no. I think maybe, but I'm gonna get an idea how we could use it right now. Hey Scott back, what is happening? Well, John, look. Alright, so we're making, I mean, probably you know everything and you guys got back, but we're making this inventory system from Sons of the Forest. Simplified it. So now we can get stuff, right? We can get the rocks and stuff and put it over here. So right now we're in this stage of showing the UI. The thing is that when you hover on top of it, so right now we just made the UI, and now we are basically making it match with the actual, like basically fill the settings. The thing is that when we get the child, so basically this widget over here, So the child of this item, we get the widget. We cannot cast into our widget to assign the values because it doesn't inherit from sync component. And I'm going crazy. like pretty crazy right now. So thank you all guys for your subscriptions. So basically create a widget variable. Okay, so if we create as ChatGPT, yeah, Sammy, I mean we were looking on Unreal Engine forums and stuff, which nothing appears. I guess we could use ChatGPT, but maybe that's too specific for it. I don't know. Look, do we test with ChatGPT? We'll do right in a second. Is it real that you have to pay Steam $100 if you want to polish a game? Yes, you have to basically pay like a fee, and you have to pay $100. But from a certain amount of copies sold, they return you the $100. Which, I mean, if you already sold a couple of a great amount of copies, that $100 will not really make a difference. But yeah, they give you back later on if your game kind of has a success. So you know, use breakpoints. Yeah, Alan, that's right. You use a breakpoint, but in here we don't really need a breakpoint because the error is just on our flow. Like directly here, we're saying that we cannot inherit from sync component because of this. The thing is that we are getting the child of this object. Okay, so we're getting the child. Okay, but. And what if I do a for loop? No, because I want to. So yes, so this child I'm trying to cast into the widget, but I can't. It gets an error. Where are you from? I am from Spain. That's a bit weird. I don't know what is happening. Is the state actor unconstructible in the inventory? If yes, update text based on required value. Oh, you know what? We can do it the other way. No, because we need to get the value from there. Yes, I was gonna say that we could implement it in here, in the graph on the UI, and get the parent. But we also need to get the quantity and stuff, so that wouldn't work, you know. So delete cast, get all actors class, get the array, and get a copy. Works the same. Let's see. So get all actors class. All right. So get a copy, and then we can now cast to that view item. Okay, yes, but the problem is that we are going to get there's gonna be a lot of widgets. It's gonna be this one. No, I'm stupid. No, yes, we can have one widget that will follow the mouse, and then depending on what you're on, it will update it instead of having multiple ones. And now we don't have that problem of the child, but that has another problem. No, yes, we'll do that. Okay. So yeah. So we'll do that. Okay, so let's delete this. Let's go here, and let's get this out. And let's leave that there. Okay, so let's go ahead and make the follow. So how was it to so u4 make right cast from cursor, we'll right cast using mouse cursor. Okay, so basically you get the mouse position, make a vector 2D, and then make the world. Yes, but I think that's a simplified way of doing this. Here, there we go. This is what we want. this nuts. So let me create a custom event. Let's do cursor trace to have everything a bit more organized. 15,000 subs. Let's go. All right. Happy birthday. Thank you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to everyone. No, it's my birthday. What I'm saying. Thank you to everyone who's saying happy birthday. Okay. So this basically get camera manager. Delete this for duration. Okay, so now if I go into the event tick and then do a cursor trace, I should be able to see that. Oh, what happened? Oh, okay. Wait, in here, visibility. What is the error? Self is not. Oh, okay. Now, okay. Yes, okay. So now we have in a lens trace from the player's camera. Good. It looks extremely weird because of the camera motion and the angle, but yeah. Dodo, what are you saying? What are you saying? Get the reference to the child object you want to cast by using a get node to retrieve the object from the reference. Alright, click cast to bring up the cast to node, drag as of the type of. Okay, wait, Alan, wait. Okay, so wait. So we're gonna do it that way. Wait. So you're saying that we get the reference to the child object. So, okay, so this is the reference to the child object, right? And then you want to cast using a get node. No, I think I'm doing it wrong. I'm already messing it up. Get retrieve object. Get object of class. Get object. Is this what you mean? So now we. No, wait, no. Is this what you mean? And then we can cast to the widget, well, to the info. Okay, so right click cast to bring up the okay. Okay, let's try. Oh my god, thank you so much, Milan. Thank you so much, Milan Caracas, for the 20 years. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much, Milan. Really appreciate that. Okay, so so we have the line trace. So let's start making this widget basically universal, okay? And what we'll do is basically if it's hitting something, we'll get the hit, we'll break it, and we'll get the location. And we'll basically get the stick widget, which will not be the stick widget anymore. It will be just the item info widget. And now what we can do is get this and basically say set the location, and it will be the world location. So the world location here, and then this is gonna be this location. So now yeah, let me delete this. Okay. So, okay, yes, it's working. You see in the floor, right next to the shadow, it is going. Okay. So the thing is that this here doesn't have any collision. Yeah, it has a collision. What are you saying? And it's set to block all. And this to visibility, it is set to block collision enabled. So why? Wait. So why are my traces going through the ground? That's weird, right? What is the difference between wall location and actor location? Well, the thing is that this is not an actor. This is a socket, like a component. So there's no get actor location if I type it correctly. As you can see, it doesn't exist because it's a socket. Now, when it's about a normal, when you want to actually get the actor location, it is the same. Okay, when it's when you're talking about the whole blueprint, it is pretty much the same. So don't worry about that. If you're going to do the actor, always use actor location. If you're gonna do the socket, it depends. If you want to move it depending on the relative space on the blueprint, so this 0, 0, 0, then use the relative. If you want to move it in the vault position, so you know, just over here, then you need to use vault. It's basically that, so it depends on all that stuff. Okay, so now it's working. So we're having some line traces, but the thing is that it is hitting the plane. But look, let me show you. So if I go here, see this? No, oh, come on, F8. Basically, it's doing some weird stuff over here. Okay, so it's getting here, but it's not like fully colliding. So this is why I'm here. Hello Vulcano, how is it going? Happy birthday, thank you Coquito, thank you so much. Vulcano, what are we doing? We're doing a basically the Sons of the Forest inventory. Extremely simplified, but we're kind of doing it. Okay, so right now we're just getting objects and we can add them into our inventory. Very simple, basics of it, okay? But yeah, cool stuff. What's up Game Dev Academy? Happy birthday dude, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, thank you so much. Happy birthday, thank you, Chicos, thank you so much. Happy birthday, De Locos. Thank you, Cello. Happy birthday, thank you, Farsad. Okay, so, come on, can we fix this? Like, what is even happening here? Like, okay, so, why is the text not appearing there? Like, in the ground is okay. See, look here, it's perfect. You can see it there. I mean, it's not perfect, it's broken, but yeah. But when we get into, oh, you know what? I am stupid. Because we have ignore self ticked on. And the plane is an there we go, now it's working. Okay. Oh, it's colliding with this old widget. Like, wait, we need to go into the widget and collision presets, no collision. And that should go ahead and there we go. So now it will be there. So I need to fix the rotation only. Just the only thing basically. We're doing cousin of the forest. That's right, Omar. We're doing the cousin. Basically the neighbor also. You create the forest too. Yeah, Coquito. I made the forest too. Sons of the Forest, that was me. I made it basically, you know. Okay, so we have now this thing over here. Another thing I want to do is also get this widget and then set the rotation. So this time it's gonna be again the world rotation, and it's gonna be always facing the camera. So we are not gonna have any problems of where the object is looking at. So we can do the find look at rotation. The starting point will be the get world location of this specific widget, and the target will be basically the camera manager and the location. And so now it should always be looking at the camera, as you can see. It's really cool. Now it is going through the plane. It's because the center is on the center of the widget too, and it's basically like putting on the center, so it's going inside of it. So we have to add an offset. So we basically have to get all this, put it here, and we have to add. So we're gonna add in the z-axis, let's do like 20 just to make sure it's working. Yeah, so now basically it's on top of it, so that's actually pretty great. So now we are seeing our item there. Good. Good. Okay, so there's the stick over here, and it has some collision presets. Good. So basically what we have to do that's not the forest, that's the park. Yeah, man. Oh, that was actually a game called The Park, which was like a horror game. I remember a few years ago. Wow, that was a cool game. You had the wheel, the giant wheel. I don't know how it was called, but yeah. Okay, let's finish up with this. So yeah, sorry about the coughing, guys. Yeah, this is some of I was sick like a week ago, 2 weeks, no, 1 week and a half ago, and I'm okay now. It's just the coughing that's still there, but it's okay. When I speak a lot, basically. Okay, so basically now we have to fill the values, and that was what was going on here, and we had a few problems, but in the casting and stuff. But I think that we can get the object that we are basically colliding with and then displaying. So let's go ahead and create a new trace. So we only detect this object. So we can go into project settings, go into what's collision here, and create a new trace. So this will be basically the item inventory. We're gonna have any spaces. Item in inventory by default will be ignore. Okay, let's go here. So this will only go through the, so we have to, there we go, trace inventory, item inventory. And then this will be basically on custom all to ignore except item inventory. So only this object will be able to detect. So now you can see that I cannot move it, but when I pick up some of the items, if I manage to, where are they? Here. Wait, what? Why cannot I pick them? Is there an error? Wait, oh, no, it's only the, why I cannot, oh, I need to press E. Oh, that's just so stupid. So now, there you go, when I pass through the item updates, but when I'm out, no. So that's what we want to do. Okay. Wait, my brother has the same coughing problem, but we know how to cure it. Yep. That's right, I mean, that's what it is. Oh. Thank you so much, Alan. Thank you so much for the $30. I really appreciate it. Happy birthday, my friend. Highly recommend C++. Yes, Alan, that's the thing that I have to work on a bit. I have some basic knowledge on C++, and I do some things there and there, but I think that, you know, you're totally right. Like, C++ has a lot of advantages on Unreal Engine. Like, more than blueprints, you can get more, I guess, effective and a more, just overall, just better code. Like, everything will just run smoother, and if you're used to code in text, it's just much better. I mean, I come from Unity from C#, so I've been learning some C++, and I also do have a beginner's tutorial on just implementing C++ in Unreal, but that's like kind of my peak. Like, I don't know how to do like all this inventory system in C++. I will go crazy. But yeah, you're totally right, Alan. So yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so what's up, Alan? How's it going? What's up, next? Say thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much. Okay, so everything is working. So now what we have to do is go through the object that we have just collected, which will be the hit component, and we have to get the object name. I'm gonna do a thing. So we're going to get the object name, and we are going to basically get the map. I'm gonna basically make a for loop for it, okay? Oh my god, thank you so much, Ethan. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Gorka. Your video is so awesome. Really appreciate it. I'm glad that you're finding the tutorials and videos helpful. And yeah, thank you so much for the support. You still haven't gone crazy. No, I don't know how, but I'm not still crazy. Oh, okay, yeah, a bit crazy I am, okay? But it's what it is, I guess. So let's get the map, and now we can do the find. So basically, if there's an item with this value over here, we can make a branch and we'll contain the integer. So what we will do is go and and say, hey, we're going to get the widget. We're gonna get the text. Oh, come on, do we have to cast? Okay, get widget. There we go. Cast to the info. Right. Put over there. And then I can just get the item name text. Set the text. Great. Now this will be this one over here, and then the integer will be get amount text, and then this will be setting up the text. Okay. All right, so that should work. So now when I get some items, I go through this. There you go, stick one, and then okay, so we need to work a bit better in the line trace, but let's see, the stone does have a collision. Let's see, the mesh does has a okay collision. Add, let's do a convex. Let's go crazy. Okay, I think I already had, but let's see. Oh, I didn't have. Okay, stone 2 and stick 1. Good, finally. Oh my god, I went crazy in this. Okay, so now we can hover and we have the details of the item and the amount that we have. Good, cool. Oh my god. Okay, I know that this is extremely complicated for maybe some of you, like the map is just by having a 2-dimensional array, like basically having a map like a variable type that has the item name and then an amount. It's just crazy. But hey, look, we have done it. Okay, I went crazy, but we have done it. Good. Like honestly, the easy part was until, let's say, here, when we were just enabling the UI. When we went into the map, like having multiple ones at the same time, we went crazy, but we have it now. So cool. Oh my god, I mean, the start we'll have to watch it late today. Yeah, Molina. Well, it's okay. Yeah, the video will be basically available after the stream has ended, so you will be able to see it. Thank you so much for your help. You're welcome, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. Happy birthday, thank you, Retro. Happy birthday, thank you for your outstanding work. Thank you, Cinematic Comic Art. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Gorka is the best tutor ever, at least on YouTube. Thank you so much, Milan Caracas. Thank you so much. So yeah, hi, what's up? Hi, hi, Game Dev. I don't even know how to talk. Hi, my name is Jamie. I come from England. What's up, Jamie? Okay, so if I press play, I can get stuff, and now we have the yeah, we should be able to center the camera always facing the plane. So we might fix that in a second, but we can now see all this. So let's get this inventory and put it inside the camera. So now, if we are looking up, it will be always, wait, because we have to center it. Okay, so now, if we are looking up, it doesn't matter. We'll see the inventory. Now wait a second, because okay, this is the rotation, and this the okay. Now distance be 0. Okay. Okay, here. How is that aligned now? Better. Okay, good. So I can get the stuff, and I have it over here, and I can see. Okay, let's also go ahead and disable the debug for the line trace, because that doesn't make sense. And we only going to do the line trace if we have the inventory opened, because I mean it doesn't make sense to make that. And also we're gonna change it to be the item inventory item cursor trace, so it's a better name. And I'm also gonna comment on this and put inventory item, I don't know how to type, cursor trace. All right, there we go. So we're gonna put the preset over here so it's the same color, and we're gonna put the event tag right over here. Okay, cool, great. So we have some things going on. And yes, basically it's only gonna go if we have the inventory open, because why will we wasting our memory on more line traces if we don't need them? Only when the inventory is open. Also, this item over here, what we're going to do is basically the widget. If we are not colliding with any item, if we're not overlapping on any item, not hovering basically, we're going to disable the item. So we can just get this one over here and set the visibility to in here be true, but in here be false. There we go. And then by default we can just put the visibility to be false, so the start of the game will also be disabled. So now it doesn't appear, but when I get my stuff over here, it now appears. Cool. Cool. All right. We're doing some cool stuff over here. Okay, what's up, Nainam? Would like to see you do challenges in Unreal on Twitch. That would be cool. Yeah, you know, the thing is I don't really do any streams on Twitch. I'm really, there are just reasons, like, I mean, I have all the audience on YouTube. That's really why. Now I have been thinking of making some streams on Twitch, like just vibing, like maybe playing some games, stuff. So and leaving the rest of the main game dev live streams on YouTube. And in Twitch it's more like just to get to know me, just playing games, chilling out, you know what I mean? And leave the cool streams over here. So let me know what you think about that, because that could be a pretty cool idea, but I don't know. But yeah. My man forgot how to talk after that blueprint. Man, yeah, that was a headache. Like, after that blueprint, probably I would just not be able to sleep today. Like, it was so crazy. Happy birthday, mentor. Thank you so much, Scarlett. I got a job because of you. Really? Well, I don't know what to say. Just congratulations. I'm glad that I could, you know, help you in the way. So I did not ask much here. Yeah. So Milan, right now I am 16. So today I am 16 right now. Or do the challenges on YouTube? That's right, Claire. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. So I follow your videos, and sometimes I have problems, even though yes, you know, the thing is that what I do recommend is to see the tutorials and don't do anything, just like watch them, and then once you have seen the complete tutorial, you do it following the tutorial. And if still after all that you don't have cleared, clearly what we have done, see the tutorial again. And that's a way of just, even though maybe you have seen the tutorial 2 times or 3 times, it will stick into your head. And the thing is that before maybe starting to do an inventory system, for example, I will start doing smaller things, and also getting the basics of just blueprints, level design, Unreal Engine, etc. You know what I mean? So yeah, I do recommend doing that stuff. But that's it. Wow, so John Genius, you are really great in understanding blueprints and how it actually works. I'm a bit lost, hope to understand it soon. Yeah, Milan, thank you so much. Yeah, everyone goes through that step over there. And honestly, it's just practicing. The thing is that if you have an understanding of any other programming language, maybe later on it's a bit easier for you. So the best way to get started with blueprints is to start knowing the basic nodes. For example, how to make a basic just logic flow. For example, if you want to, when you press E, open a door, you go ahead and create a new input, and then say, well, make maybe a play sound with a node, then make a line trace into that object, and then go ahead and play an animation. Slowly like that, knowing how to manage the nodes, you will be able to start making bigger systems and stuff. So that's crazy. Wait, you reached 200 likes. Yes, we have just reached 200 likes. Thank you so much for the support that you're giving to this stream, guys. Thank you so much. That's crazy. Yeah, putting the tutorials also at 0.5 speed can also help. Maybe sometimes I might go very fast, so if that, let me know. But I also try to go in a kind of good flow, explain everything, depends. For example, in the RPG series, I am going and explaining everything like more in detail. So that's why the videos are longer and stuff. But yeah. So I am not so much lost in C language, but okay, C++ is a little bit more difficult. Python is also okay to me. Blueprint is something new to me. Yeah, so that's right, Milan. Blueprint was also very new to me. But it always helps to have some knowledge in any type of C, well, not C++ or Python, but any programming language. For example, I came from C#, so a lot of the things will be very similar. Even though instead of typing their notes, a lot of the critical thinking and flow will be the same. So definitely, if you know Python and stuff, you will get it faster than others. Okay, definitely. I pause every 2 seconds to properly follow. A 40-minute video takes me 2 hours. Yeah, and that can happen. When I started out, also I had that issue. But yeah, if you maybe turn the playback speed slower, that could help a lot of stuff. But yeah. Bro, I thought you were like 40, crazy. Yeah, I mean, I just got pretty much into game dev pretty young. But yeah, are there any important nodes that not many people know about? Oh, there are many. I guess that, look, this one I'm gonna show you. I mean, if you right click, you'll see the whole library, and there are so many specific nodes on each single thing. For example, find collision UV. Like, no one uses this. I mean, a lot of people use this, but like not in a general aspect. Only if you're gonna make gonna get the textures of an object, and there are a lot of specific objects, but ones that probably you don't know about will be the, for example, switch on int, and this is extremely useful. So basically on here, let's say that you have a lot of different attacks. Okay, so you have one attack, two attacks, and 3 attacks. So imagine that each of those attacks are assigned into a number. So for example, 0, 1, and 2. So let's say that in here you plug in your attack. So let's say right now you're playing on a montage, and in here you're passing the number of that montage. So you can have different pins, and this can be basically attack 1, and then attack 2, attack 3, etc. And then depending on the value, you can play a different sound, for example, and you don't need different branches and stuff, and it just makes all that logic of having like 70 branches into a single node, and it's very, very useful. And yeah, that's just one example. I could be here hours talking about specific nodes and stuff. But yeah, how do you get so good at blueprints? I mean, how do you learn what each one can connect to? Well, you know, it is just time. Like when you start out, you start knowing like, okay, so for example, the branch is an if statement. Then all the blueprints that start with cast 2 are basically accessing another blueprint. For each loop, it's basically just looping through a list. Then a line trace is just an invisible line. Like slowly, the more you use them, you will start, it will start singing into your head. And the thing is that everyone uses the same notes. Maybe one more than others, but in general, everyone uses a line trace, branch, set invisibility, like, and also everything makes sense. For example, if you think, if we're gonna make an object invisible, maybe is setting visibility. So it makes also sense. So slowly, you get to know all the blueprints and stuff. So it's time and effort, okay? So, can you make a separate tutorial video about classes? I am also lost when trying to use a new class. How do you know when you use actor, pawn, character, blah? Yeah. So Milan, that's a very frequent problem that a lot of people has. Like, well, I create a class. What do you use? Well, it all depends on what you're gonna make, of course. Now, normally, for example, we're gonna make something general. So yeah, I can definitely make a specific tutorial on this. For example, you're gonna make a simple character. Well, it makes sense to use the character, and this because it will, well, you have first of all a small description here, but the thing is that if we open it up, it already have a mesh, a capsule component, set it up, so you can just put it real quick, and then we have the most general thing, which is just an actor. Basically, there's nothing assigned to it, and then we have a pawn, which is basically like if it was a character, but with the abilities to be possessed, so you can go ahead and control it yourself, but without the components assigned, basically. And then there are so many more specific ones. So for example, if I go into here, play a controller, game mode, to a game mode, those are pretty straightforward. But for example, an notify, like you're saying, well, how do I know when to create an notify? The thing is that when you know, you start creating more blueprints, and you start touching like animation, and you get through anim notifies, you will see that you can, for example, start from a, it's like not starting from zero, it's like starting from a preset. So for example, if you search for camera shake, well, you can see that there are some camera shake classes already created. So get to know them more like presets, like templates or whatever you're gonna call them. So yeah, definitely can get a more in-depth tutorial about that and stuff. Absolutely. No, I was making an inventory system close to Sons of the Forest one. Of course, extremely simplified, but when you get some items, they start to add them into your inventory in a physical way. So yeah, that was what I was making basically. But yeah. I'm stuck in my blueprint. I'm trying to cast to the player character to the HUD, but it says that it's not compatible. So probably you need, so there, I don't know the way that you're doing this. Like for example, if you're trying to cast it from an object or a variable, but make sure that you are going ahead and accessing to the widget. So you have the widget, then you're accessing to the widget component, and then you're casting. That's very important to have this extra step over here. That if you tell me a bit more, maybe you can say specifically what you're doing wrong. But yeah, When will the part 5 or the RPG series come out? Well, probably the next video that I will upload will be the RPG, the episode part 5. So let's see when. Basically the next video that I will upload. Okay. Happy birthday, thank you so much, Fixer. Have you got a pride you're working on a game you're making? Yes, so I have my game published on Steam, which is Bromelight, which is made in Unity, and it's right now in early access. It's been for some time, and because it's in early access, I'm still working on it. Yeah, so that's the one. And yeah, okay. So also about the RPG series, so we are advancing pretty quick. So we're already in the state of adding some, stat elements, and then we can get into combat. So the next episode will be finishing the stats. So we'll finish with the health system. So when you get damage, it will lower and stuff. You can increase it. The stamina, we'll go ahead and implement it. So when you run, it decreases and increases. We already have the functions created, so we just have to assign it into the loop when you run, when the velocity changes. And then we'll also go ahead and set the XP to be working. So you can increase the XP, and then the level will increase and display into the UI. So that will be the next episode. Hopefully I will be able to fit everything on that. It will kind of be a little bit long, but I just want to get through all that. If not, I will split it. I will see. But then the next episode will be adding sounds and changing the UI elements. So customizing a bit the game so it's a bit more up to date and looks a bit better. Not graphical, but really just a bit of sounds and UI elements, so it looks a bit better. And then the next episode we will start on combat. So we'll start with the main dummy, just put it over here, and we'll start with some main attacking mechanics and animations, and we'll see how it goes. Slowly like that. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Yeah. Hey Gorka, I love your videos, happy to say hello and hope you're healthy and doing well. Live long and prosper. Thank you so much, Sin Studios. Thank you so much, really appreciate that. Same to you, hope that everything is okay. Everything it'll live long and prosper, and you'll be healthy, okay? Can you tap here the name of the game on Steam or Epic? Yes, don't worry, Milan. Look, it is here. I will pass the link. It's basically Bromelight. It's a bit hard to maybe to spell, but that's basically the link of my Steam game. Thank you so much, Flexi. Thank you so much. I'm so excited about the new episode of the RPG series. Assassin's Creed is also one of your favorite games. Yeah, that's crazy. Assassin's Creed, I think that's a really good game. Honestly, I only have played a few of them. Origins, Odyssey, Assassin's Creed 2. So not a lot of them, but I really liked Origins. I liked the vibe that it gave me, this open world in the desert, in the Sahara desert. It was really cool. Like Egypt and stuff. It was really cool. And the RPG mechanics, you can go, it's really cool. So yeah, I'm also really excited about RPG series. That's why I've been uploading a lot. Like, it's really cool. Like, and we're going pretty quick. So yeah. Yes, do we add a bow? Yes. Do you mean for the RPG series? There will be a bow. Of course, that will be a no. So yeah, we'll go ahead and create a new overlay state for a bow. So we have now a state for unarmed, crouching. We add another state for holding a normal sword, and then we'll add one for going ahead and having a bow. Absolutely. That will be one of the cool features that we'll add later on when we have the combat and the inventory system a bit more advanced, So yeah. I would love to see your take on a 3D platformer game or the unspoken category of arcade racing. That would be cool, actually. That would be cool on a platformer game. And those ones are really good to make in a game jam. Like, you have a couple days to do so, and you make a cool arcade game. It's always cool to make one of those. So yeah. RPG games are so hard to make, I believe. Yes. RPG games are very hard because they have so many features. They're so big. That's why. Like, yeah, that's why. So the things that you have to narrow it down into different steps. So if you manage to kind of organize, okay, so first we will have the basic locomotion, then the basic health system, then we'll have some parkour elements, then we'll have some basic combat system, then we'll go ahead and have some basic missions and join on together. With time you will have the basics of it, and really it's just slowly doing small parts of it. But there's a lot of games that are hard to make, so RPG definitely one of the hardest kind of concepts to make. So after the RPG series, will there be more like horror game series? Yes, of course. Like after the RPG series, I will probably make another poll, and you guys will vote on whatever you want to see. So 100%. Like your videos. Thank you so much, Danny. Thank you so much. Oh, goes by just cope. Sorry about that. What did I miss? So I'm installing my blueprint. I'm trying to cast to the player controller to the HUD. So I think I already covered it. Just scope. And basically make sure that you have this get which component. Now I don't know how you're doing it. If you're having a variable like me, or you're trying to directly cast it from the air. I don't know, but you need to reference. So when you create when you create your UI, make sure to save it in a variable, okay? So that's it. How long have you been doing this? What do you mean, Catbits? I bet they love your RPG tutorials. Keep it up. So happy we hit the 15k subscriber milestone. Let's go for 100k. Absolutely, George. That's what we got to do. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you're enjoying the RPG series. I'll continue to do cool stuff. It's very nice when we add a mission system that we make once with blueprints and then customize the. Yeah, of course. That's a cool thing that we'll make a modular quest mission system. So basically, you know, we'll make the base of it, and then you can add whatever missions you want from directly just filling in some parameters that you don't have to. If you want to make a new mission, you don't have to directly go ahead and make a whole new blueprint for it. We will have this base modular system where you can go ahead and you set different parameters and said it's going to be the target, it's going to be here, the descriptions, the location, bim bam. Everything nice and easy for us. That's the important thing. You're going to make mechanics, make them they can be reused, and they're basically just modular. That's the word. Like basically just, and they can use them in a lot of places very easily, with not really needing to change a lot of the structure of it. All this stuff. Thank you so much, Gamer Monkey. What games are you playing right now? Well, right now, as you can see of this live stream, I am playing Sons of the Forest. Yeah, being very excited for that game. Yeah, since the first came out in 2014, I played it in 2015 and loved it. And then when they announced the sequel, I was very hyped and like I couldn't wait. Like I was all the time, where was gonna be the new trailer? Are they going to delay again the game? But it came out and I'm loving it. So yeah, absolutely. What do you think is the most funny game design? Like assembling or drawing, you know? Or programming and making mechanics and such? So, do you mean like what do you mean with funny? Like game design, like maybe like having like a character with I don't know, funny things. What do you mean with that? Is this Unity? No. This is Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, yeah, more specifically Unreal Engine 5.1.1. What do I like the most? I like depends. Sometimes I like more like going into a realistic game design where you have like this amount of detail in the world and you have a lot of things to do and stuff. And sometimes I just like more fun, chaotic games, like more arcade ones that you can just run around and explode stuff. It depends. Sometimes I like this and sometimes the other day that. So yeah. So I saved it in variables, but when I try to connect it as so okay, so you say the variable. So if the variable is the type of widget component, you should be 100% be able to get this node over here, which is get widget, and then cast. So I have this node in the middle. One of the most important aspects of a game are animation and textures. So would you make tutorials on how to make them? If you didn't notice, I said happy birthday. Yes, yeah, I did see that clear. Thank you so much. Yes, so I absolutely can make a tutorial on that. The thing is that that's more of the aspect of 3D modeling and design, and I am more in the part of programming and other stuff of game dev. Really, I do everything as a game developer, but that's more the side on that, and that's kind of my weakness, the 3D modeling and stuff. Now, of course, absolutely 100% I can make tutorials on that stuff, but yeah, yeah, it's definitely very important. Now, it is not exactly one of the most important features. The most important features are really like the itself mechanics in the game and stuff. But I do agree that a nice looking game is like, I wouldn't buy, like, even if a game's extremely fun, I probably wouldn't like play a game that looks very bad. I'm just like that. I like my 4K monitor. I like playing in good settings, you know, like I couldn't. So yeah, that's it. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna be ending the live stream here, because now that I will be going through the whole night just streaming. So thank you so much for, you know, you guys went ahead and tuned in. And yeah, we'll probably next video continue with the RPG series, continue with the health system, stats, XP level, stamina, all that cool stuff, and we'll continue making awesome games. So thank you all for the guys that you tuned in and stuff, and basically etc. So thank you everyone, thanks for tuning in, and see you in the next video. And also I will be probably trying to make more live streams. Let's see, I'm not promising anything because live streams are sometimes, you know, I have a lot of free time so we'll see. But I'll try. Okay, so bye bye, see you, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and everything. Of course you're probably subscribed, but you know, like and follow me on all my socials.